We will have, it's my pleasure to introduce Ms. Rosie Allen Herring. She's the President and the CEO of the United Way of the National Capital Area. She has been really a lifetime of different roles and jobs and positions and leadership opportunities where she has been able to make life better for others. Regardless of where it was in Fannie Mae or the other organizations you've been with, when you look at the duties and the roles and the direct responsibilities or the indirect responsibilities, she's ended up making life better for others. So it's a privilege for us to have her here to talk a little bit about what you do and what you've done with this campaign and the benefit that it provides. She holds a number of key leadership roles with several local and national business and civic organizations. She was a member of Washington's Exploratory Olympic Committee in Washington 2014. She has made a difference throughout this region and throughout her lifetime. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ms. Rosie Allen Herring.
Well, good morning, should I say, everyone. How are you? Perfect. It's really a pleasure for me to join you today and just to thank you for what you're doing. So good morning again, Deputy Secretary, Mr. Works, Mr. Rhodes. I know Mr. Rumbaugh is here as well. And to all of the agency heads, the chairs and the campaign teams, thank you for all that you have done to truly make this partnership one that we consider a success. I want to thank you for the opportunity to come together with you to celebrate your generosity and your inspiration of dealing with your colleagues literally across this country and making our community a better one. It's an honor for me and my colleagues to be here with you today. I do want to acknowledge many of our board members who are here, our current board chair, Mr. Gary Tabak, our immediate past board chair, Mr. Ted Davies, our board member, Mr. Paul Thornell. If I could ask them, along with my colleagues who are here, who allow me to serve every day as their president and CEO from the United Way, if they can just stand and be acknowledged to let you know how we work with you. For more than 40 years, your United Way, and I call it your United Way because we literally work for you, has really sought to be your partner in making the choice around how you want to do your philanthropy. It has really been my pleasure over the years, and Mr. Rhodes alluded to some of my past experience before coming to be president of your United Way. It really is about, at the end of the day, giving back. No matter what role you have and the work that you do, or the expertise or the skill sets, everyone has an opportunity to serve. Everyone has an opportunity to give back. Everyone has something to offer. And so your United Way seeks those opportunities to bring those skill sets together along with the needs that are in our community, and there are many. The work of the United Way in partnership with you, specifically with some of our military families, seems like it's the most succinct and, I think, obvious way to share some of the work that you have done with many of the nonprofits in this area. We want you to know just a few highlights that our partnership with the Veterans Center at Northern Virginia Community College and Prince George's Community College that were launched now about 3-4 years ago have helped to ensure that many of our military families who are either returning or may not have even known they had the opportunity for education. Those centers serve as dedicated space where many of the student veterans can seek out peer support, they can access education and services to help them succeed. Your work helps keep that going. Between July 2015 and June of 2016, over 1,500 families and veterans were served through those veteran centers. Over 120 took workshops and participated in services there. The center also coordinates training for college staff and faculty in areas such as post-traumatic stress disorder to help them know how to deal with our veterans. They want to know about traumatic brain injury, leadership and management, and simple customer service. One of our most important goals for the next year is to expand that work and to build a strong pipeline for our veterans to take advantage of those free services. We also work with many nonprofits, and as Mr. Rhodes shared, there are over 23,000 that you get to choose from that you impact each and every day. And many of them here in the Washington metropolitan area are doing phenomenal work. Friendship Place, it's a leader in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area in developing solutions for homelessness that have measurable results. and a lasting impact. The organization's mission is to empower people who are experiencing or at risk of homelessness and to attain stable housing and help them rebuild their lives. Veterans First is a VA-funded program by Friendship Place that helps veterans who are experiencing or risk of homelessness to transition quickly to stable, permanent, supportive housing. It serves not only Washington, D.C., but the 8 surrounding counties in Maryland and Northern Virginia as well. Student Veterans of America, the counseling station that offers many individual and group counseling services, really helps by certifying counselors, that's what your dollars do, to ensure that the D.C. Vet Center and the Wentz Center for Loss and Healing, the Veterans Center, provides VA benefits and resources for many of those who are experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder. We also want you to know, since the beginning and in this current grant period, that the counseling station has supported over 100 veterans and family members with over 230 hours of counseling. United Way of the National Capital Area is also pleased to partner with our partner, Deloitte Consulting, as well as the Northern Virginia Community Foundation, to have developed a veteran study. That's to ensure that we're listening to the community around the issues that many of our veterans are experiencing and how we can bring thought leadership solutions to the table. While there is much to be done that has served our community, and there is much that has been done, we know that there is much more needed. And so it's not just for our veterans, but also for many of our region who are in need. And that's where each one of you and your colleagues really come into play. You make the difference every day. So on behalf of the hundreds of thousands of organizations that work on the ground in communities with families every day, we thank you. We hope to continue this partnership with you. We hope to continue the impact that we felt, heard, and seen, and we hope to continue to build a thriving region. Your United Way, in partnership with many of the nonprofits that we've spoken of today, has embarked on what we call our 5-year community commitment. It is a $12.3 million investment that we have pledged to work to ensure that many of the nonprofits who are doing the work every day over the next now 3 years, because we're about 18 months in, are going to be able to serve even more families. So your partnership is critical. We need you. And we also need to thank Mr. Anthony DeCristofaro for his partnership and his long-standing support of what we do. You may not know it, but Tony even spoke at our annual meeting where we bring all of the nonprofits that we work with, and there are usually about 400 or 500 in the room at a time. He keynote spoke for us in 2014 over at the campus of George Mason. So as I close, I just want you to know that the combined federal campaign of the National Capital Area and your CFC Overseas campaign, which are 2 of more than 140 campaigns where the Department of Defense makes its mark. As President and CEO of Your United Way, I'm honored to represent our partner organizations to provide hope and support to so many in need throughout the national capital community. You have our commitment to remain a partner in service with you. You have our commitment to remain good stewards of what has been entrusted with us, and not just your donation, but the lives and the families who need us every day. So thank you again for this opportunity to share just a little bit of what we have going on, but more importantly, to share our appreciation. So thank you for your excellent model. Thank you for your service to our country. Have a good day.